swag of a prize fighter. The antithesis of a firefighter. Arsonist, I'm a fire rider. Instant flame like a firelighter. So special with shows, I live out my flows. Can't walk in my shoes, can't purchase my clothes. Ice in my veins, but I never froze. Picture perfect, but I never pose. As a juvenile, I knew I bounced back. Got rated, had a plan to get my ounce back. Use cheese as bait, that's a mousetrap. Let me to the right person to pounce at. They selling dreams, I'm pulling receipts. Full force, we can't be beat. Got a dirty mouth, but the flow so neat. Keep your 2 cents, talk is cheap.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros are comments made by Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn reports that the Joshua versus Franklin fight is probably next, but it hasn't been signed yet. We're going to take a listen to what Eddie had to say, and then we'll talk about it. We're going to go to G first on this one because G looks like he's amused by this. All right, so let's take a listen. This video appears courtesy of ID Boxing. Subscribe to ID Boxing. They produce some great interviews.
You kind of put yourself into in a little hole there. Joshua Franklin, saw Sky announce that the terms are all agreed on that front as well for April 1st.
Yeah, nothing signed for that fight yet. No. Joshua against Franklin is a front runner. I saw the report from Sky. It's not true. The contract's not signed for that fight, but he's the guy that I think it will be. He has been for a while. We'll look to tie that up. April 1st is the date. You'll get an AJ press conference next week. You'll get a huge announcement from us very early in the week, potentially Monday, on the entire schedule up until even into May. And very excited, looking forward to seeing him return to the O2. It's been a long time. I think it's a really good fight. And looking forward to finally announcing for our fighters more than anything. I mean, again, we joke about everyone knows the dates anyway, but, get it on sale, get these arenas full up and build towards a massive night at the O2 as well.
Eddie, you may be excited, but Dillian White is...
All right, so that's what Eddie had to say. Eddie said, yeah, it's not official, but he's most likely going to be the opponent, and we're looking forward to making an announcement soon. Although we've been reporting this for a few weeks now on Boxing Bros. So, Spirit G, what's your reaction to what Eddie Hearn had to say? And do you think it will be someone other than Jermaine Franklin?
I actually don't care. If it isn't Wilder or Fury, it doesn't necessarily matter at this point. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, maybe if it was somebody else, but Franklin, what I don't like is Eddie trying to build up Franklin like he's like that dude. Like, yo, come on, stop it. Franklin had a decent showing against Dillian. It was cute, but nobody's thinking Franklin is a champion, a world beater, and nothing. You know what I mean? We need to quit the cap. So, the fact that they stretching this, it's come on, man. Nobody cares. Eddie knows no one cares. I don't know. I guess they're just hoping that Franklin gives AJ some competition, but they know at the end AJ is gonna win to boost AJ's confidence. I see the move, but I don't know, man. It's just this feels like make-believe boxing, yo. To be honest, if they do have this fight, I'm actually rooting for Franklin. And it's not because I don't like AJ. I like AJ. But I'm tired. It's even though, and I shouldn't say this about AJ because AJ is giving me great fights. But come on, bro. There's 2 big fights that we wanted to see you in. And AJ keeps flirting with this idea oh, this is the year I'm going to fight these guys. This is the year I'm going to fight these guys. But it never happens, So I'm and if you're going to fight Franklin, you better have a guarantee yo, I guarantee you after Franklin, it will be either Wilder or Fury. Nobody else. It's going to be one of those 2 guys. Then it'd be cool. But if it's just, oh, I'm going to fight Franklin, then I'm going to fight Zhang after, then I'm going to fight, nobody cares, bro. I don't know. What's up?
They said that, he's saying, Eddie Hearn is saying, the plan is Franklin and then Dillian White after.
Man, God, yo, this is... I feel him, yo. Listen, yo, milk the cow. Hey, Eddie, I'm not... I get it, yo. I get it. It's honestly, that tells me they know AJ's stock is going down. So they're just trying to make as much bucks as they can before it's finito. So I'm not mad. Yo, Eddie, do your thing, man. But just, yo, AJ, man, I don't know, man. You had high hopes for me, and then now you just, it's whatever.
I know.
Eddie just watched the last episode of the Boxing Bros and how we was warning him that Franklin might not be such a good pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, Franklin is not, you know, to people, he's not a world beater. Yes, he lost to Dillian White and gave Dillian White all the trouble, even though Dillian White seems to be a fake fighter, blah, 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 right? Still, this guy could upset the card. And Joshua still, after the mental fight that he was in and the physical fight he was in with Alexander Usyk, I think he does need to be in there with a confidence booster. If this confidence booster can go wrong, it really can. And that's what I feel that everybody is not getting with Franklin. They like thinking like, you know, like Trill, you acting like Franklin is the next, you know, James Braddock or something like that, you know? Nah. I mean, he's a tough guy. He's slick, he can cause trouble. And AJ don't need that trouble. Yeah, AJ can probably win. Most likely still will win, but that will be not the win that he needs right now. I think he needs to win where he sparks somebody out and he's able to jump on the ring and put his hands up and talk that mess. I don't see this as being that fight. That's all I was saying, you know? And I think Eddie is realizing that too after watching the episode of Boxing Bros. What up, Eddie?
Listen, man. I feel like, honestly, Eddie and his team, they may be realizing what we said is true. Because look at what G just said. G was like, nobody want to see Franklin. AJ should knock out Franklin, which is what I've been saying. If you're going to put AJ in the ring with Jermaine Franklin, I expect to see him knock out Franklin. And if he doesn't, it's a lose-lose. If AJ goes 12 or 10, however many rounds that fight's going to be, with Jermaine Franklin and wins a decision, people are going to be underwhelmed and people are going to be like, bro, he's done. He's not the same. The only way for AJ to win is to knock out Jermaine Franklin. Why would you want to put him in that type of fight? As I said, Jermaine Franklin showed against Dillian White. He's not a pushover. He's not a pushover, and I scored the fight for Jermaine Franklin. So let's say, hypothetically, Jermaine Franklin would have got the dub. Then it would make sense and be like, okay, well, he beat you, Dillian, so that's why we putting AJ in with him. But Dillian got a close decision over him. So if that's going to happen, people want to see AJ knock out Jermaine Franklin. And let's say it does happen. Let's say AJ knocks out Jermaine Franklin in the 5th round. Wouldn't that be more evidence that he's better than Dillian? So why would we need to see it again? We already seen him beat Dillian, and we just saw him knock out someone Dillian struggled to beat. So why would we need to see a trilogy with Dillian? So it brings me to this point. And this is where we got in our next segment, we're going to talk about the comments that Dillian White made. But if AJ knocks out Jermaine Franklin, to me, that should eliminate him and Dillian White for having to fight again. Because if the goal is to make a rematch between AJ and Dillian White, then putting Jermaine Franklin in the ring is pointless. Because it's a lose-lose situation for Anthony Joshua. And this has been my issue. People make it seem like I'm an Eddie Hearn hater. Nah, I'm just saying, where's the logic in it? Where's the logic in it? So Jermaine Franklin and Dillian White fight, and you give the loser to Anthony Joshua, right? Think about that. Where's the logic in that, right? Now, Anthony Joshua has to knock out the loser to regain his confidence. And if he goes 12 with the loser and wins, people are still going to be like, yeah, but the old AJ would have knocked him out. Where's the win in that? If he loses to the loser, he's even lower than Dillian White now. If Jermaine Franklin beats Anthony Joshua, that means people are going to be like, Tyson Fury's better than him, Alexander Usyk's better than him, and Dillian White's better than him. Oh, yeah, people are going to automatically assume Deontay Wilder's better than him. Where's the win in Jermaine Franklin being the opponent? That's what I don't understand. All I see is you giving Jermaine Franklin a lottery ticket. That's all I see. You giving Jermaine Franklin like, hey, if you win, dog, you're gonna inherit the boxing world. And it's not like it's far-fetched for Jermaine Franklin to win, because we saw what Andy Ruiz did. Jermaine Franklin is that type of fighter. He's not as fast. He doesn't throw as many combinations, but he's a good counterpuncher. Where's the benefit? At least if you would have threw him in there with Dillian White now, he would have been in there with the winner. He would have been in there with a guy he has history with and a guy who has a solid resume against other fighters. But you picking Jermaine Franklin, you're putting him in a lose-lose situation. And I just want to clear up one thing, and then I'm done. So I heard like someone saying there's a difference between what Eddie Hearn's doing and what Deontay Wilder did. There is no difference. If you're building a fighter, you're building a fighter. Whether you're rebuilding them or building them, it's about giving them confidence. When Deontay Wilder was fighting these easier opponents, it was to build his confidence, right? To prepare him to take on a Tyson Fury. AJ now needs to rebuild his confidence so he can take on a Tyson Fury. The same exact thing. In fact, to me, it's worse to have to rebuild someone's confidence than actually build it. Because rebuild means it was actually broken. So if AJ steps in the ring with Fury now, it's going to be a broken man who had to rebuild himself trying to beat Tyson Fury, instead of a Deontay Wilder who was already built up his confidence. And even in his L to Fury, he dropped him twice. Well, it was a tie. It was a draw. So he got one draw with him. So he dropped him twice, which still gave him confidence. Then his confidence was broken, and he went out on the shield in the third fight. I think rebuilding's actually worse. But for you to try to act like it's something different, it's not. You did not like Wilder building his confidence, but you're okay with AJ rebuilding his confidence. That shows that you're biased. Now, don't try to come at me because I like AJ. But again, just because I like someone doesn't mean that I'm not going to hold them accountable or point out where people are being hypocrites. And I'm okay with AJ building up his resume, just like I was okay with Wilder building up his resume. My only issue with Wilder when he was building up his resume is people were acting like his wins were better than they were. If AJ beats Jermaine Franklin, don't get it twisted. It'll be a decent win, but it won't be a great win. It won't be one I use to argue he's better than all the other guys. Like the Wilder fans were doing with Wilder's mediocre victories, and that's the difference. A mediocre victory is a mediocre victory. And rebuilding, building, you're still building. And the reason why they were building Wilder's confidence was for him to try to beat Tyson Fury. And the reason why they got to rebuild AJ's confidence is for him to try to beat Tyson Fury. I'm intentionally leaving out Alexander Usyk because it's already been done twice.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.